Hello, everybody, and congratulations on getting to the end of week 2. So in this journey of learning about transdisciplinarity in research, we've been going on this arc where in week 1, we were learning about the concept of transdisciplinarity and what it's involved and what it looks like, getting a sense of the shape of it. And then in week 2, we've started to look at what actually happens in transdisciplinary research and the skills that we need to be transdisciplinary researchers and also to lead transdisciplinary teams. And so we've looked at this model where we talk about collaborative problem framing and building. So bringing together a team of the right people and figuring out how to frame a problem. We've looked at co-creating, solution-oriented and transferable knowledge through collaborative research, working with a team to do the work. And then the final phase of integrating and applying the co-created knowledges. And we've looked at a few variations on the model, but the overarching theme is that we're taking on these really important problems that mean something within society. We're collaborating with people from different disciplinary perspectives. It's really authentic take on the question where there are often wicked problems that need to be involved by including stakeholders, all of these things that you're now very familiar with. There's no need for me to repeat it all, but we're familiar with the fact that there are different models. Some of them make transdisciplinary research look linear, where of course that is anything but the case. And we've watched that great video by Christian about heuristics for transdisciplinary research. And so with all of that as the background, I've enjoyed reading your comments. I've commented less this week, but I've really been reading everything you've been saying and enjoying it. And I noticed that in talking about transdisciplinary potential for research, that first question, there were some tensions that were coming up there that perhaps we can explore in the live Q&A in week 3. So for example, a tension between the fact that in transdisciplinary research, we tend to ask broad questions. We start off with a broad understanding of the problem so as to not limit the framing of a problem within, say, a disciplinary boundary. We want to keep it broad because it's bringing in these multiple disciplinary perspectives, and we want to get the true nature of the problem. But that, of course, is in tension with the fact that we want to have a specific problem. As Christian said in that video, we're not trying to solve everyone's problems. If we do that, then it's not going to work as a research project. So that's one tension of sort of finding that balance of the authentic question or problem. It's the right question or problem that's still narrow enough to be addressed through research. Another one that I noticed in your comments is that we want to start off with a focus about some particular social good on the one hand, but on the other, we want to be involving all of the stakeholders in that social good. And we want to be changing the focus. So the tension there is between this initial understanding of the problem that guides us in bringing together the team and grounding the problem, in contrast to really taking seriously the fact that we're involving stakeholders and allowing them to change potentially everything about the research. And of course, the final tension being the obvious one in transdisciplinary research, that it's all about explicitly bringing together people with different backgrounds and perspectives. And yet we're also in these models talking about having a shared project vision, a shared language for talking about what we're doing. And all of these tensions get resolved in projects all the time in many different ways, but it's useful for us as researchers to be aware of them. And the idea that especially as research team leaders, we need to negotiate these. So we need to develop that shared language within a team. We need to navigate between having a project focus and listening to stakeholders. We need to be careful as we kind of circumnavigate that boundary between the broad question and the specific problem. So that's me riffing on your comments. Thank you for those. And of course, in the other Padlet, if anyone hasn't reviewed that, there's just a great collection of ways that people do their idea mapping or concept mapping or knowledge mapping, whatever you want to call it. Basically, this task of lots of different ideas, concepts, disciplinary ways of constructing a problem. How do you get them all down on one canvas and sort of see the patterns there? And people have got some great tools that you can review and try out different things. So thank you everyone that contributed to that. And I'll see you in the live discussion, which I'm very much looking forward to in week 3.